Hello and welcome. I am Dr. Anil Joshi. Welcome you to my series Learn Radiology with Dr. Anil Joshi. In this series, we have covered all topics of radio diagnosis, may it be X-ray, ultrasound, CT, MRI or otherwise, and all the things required for residents and who are aspiring to be radiographers or want to make career in radio physics. Lectures are important. There are two types in it again. One thing are the simple lectures, simplified form, and other are detailed. At present, we are in a simple form lecture. This is to give you introduction of certain topic, and if you want to know more details, you can always refer to the detailed lecture. So let's get going. First, what is electromagnetic radiation? It can also be considered as flow of photons. What is a photon? Photon is a pocket of energy or light quanta, you can call this, through space. Photon, this is a packet of energy or the quanta. These energy pockets, they always move with the universal speed of light. So in that way, they are near each other. They move with the same speed as that of the light. So here there is an equation for those who are interested in more details of the radio physics. Now examples are radio waves, television waves, microwaves, visible light, ultraviolet. To tell you in short, light, X-rays and gamma rays, how they are alike and how they are different is interesting. That we are given in some other lecture. Full details were given as far as frequency, wavelength, how it is modified, how it changes the total spectrum. But here we'll give you in nutshell, in short. We'll not go in details of these. Now let us see here. First are radio waves, which we are using in our household. Then are the microwaves. Again, in kitchen we use it as a heat appliances. Then are the infrared, which are used for the remotes. Then we have got ultraviolet rays, and then comes the X-rays. Now if you see the wavelength and frequency, how they change and how they make differences, that will decide whether it is going to be a radio wave or it is going to be a gamma ray. Highly destructive. It comes from the cosmic sources or from atomic reactors. But that is the highest destructive radiation. We have detailed lecture. They are weightless. They are packages or pockets of pure energy photons that are without charge and travel waves in a straight line with a specific frequency and at the speed of light. The form of a high energy electromagnetic radiation, one thing is one photon is equal to one quantum of the energy. That is the measure, that is they had decided that one photon will have one quantum of, that is standardization. Now what are the properties? This is more important as far as radiologists and we are concerned. There are properties as far as physical, chemical, physiochemical and biological. All are important and all are to be decided by us without causing any biological harmful effect, how to make them maximum clinically applicable uses. Then that is what our skill is, and that is where we apply our physics. Now continuing physical properties, they belong to the family of electromagnetic radiation having a wavelength between 10 to 0.01 A and travel through the space. They can travel through the space, they can travel through the media, but the interactions are different. We have covered it separately, and that determines the contrast and imaging. Now they travel through the space in a waveform. They travel in a straight line in a free space, travel with the same speed as that of the visible light, and they can produce an electromagnetic field at right angles to their path of the propagation and magnetic field at right angles to the electric field. So these are the characters. Let us get more properties of this radiation. Number 6, they are invisible, hence the name X-rays. That was the name given after the invention. They are undetectable by human senses. We cannot smell them, they cannot be sensed by the skin, by nose or otherwise. They cannot be focused by a lens. They cannot be reflected, refracted or deflected by a magnetic field or a electronic field, as they do not possess any charge. They are not positive or negatively charged. They cannot be deflected. They show the properties of interface, diffraction, polarization similar to that of the visible light. They do not require a medium to propagate. They can travel in the space, they can travel in the water, and they can travel in the air. What are the physical properties? Continuing up to 10 we see, now 11th. They are pure energy, no mass. That's why they cannot be reflected. They cannot be deflected by magnetic field, by gravitation. And they transfer energy in the form of quanta. They obey the inverse square law. It is also important for radiation protection, that more we go away from the source of radiation, less will be radiation we fail, and that will be inverse square law. So drastically radiation will get reduced if we keep a distance. That comes in radiation safety. They are produced by collision of the electrons with tungsten atom. They collide is of two types. They can collide in two types. Then continuous spectrum, general radiation, then Strahlung radiation or breaking radiation is the German word. They contribute to 70% of the imaging or useful radiation. Then characteristic spectrum of the line spectrum, different type of radiation we have covered in different lecture. So again I'll request you to go on a website and find out where they are. They can penetrate various objects, and the degree of penetration depends on the quality, intensity and wavelength of the X-ray beam. They have properties of attenuation, absorption and scattering. They have got heating effect. Then fluorescence. What is the fluorescence? When X-ray fall on certain material, a visible light will be emitted. These are called as fluorescent material. We use it extensively. Then they can do ionization. That is the process of converting atoms into the ions. This they can do, and this is a harmful effect, biologically harmful effect. We should be careful about it. Now let's go to the further. They can induce color change. Interesting. Methylene blue can be bleached. Then sodium pentenocyanide or apple green, that is sodium plantinocyanide, that can become darker in shade. Then light dark also it can become, that is the change in green to either different shades of darkness of the green or brown. They bring about chemical changes in a stable solution. This is molecular changes and biological molecules. The organic component get oxidized to CO2 and release H2. Oxidation of ferrous sulfide to Fe2SO3, that is the Frick dosimeter, we use it. Then cause destruction of the feminating powers of the enzyme cells. So these are the biological effects. We should be careful, otherwise they will harm us. Then X-rays, when incident on the atom, produce excitation. This is important cause of the biological damage produced by the radiation. This property of excitation is used to treat malignant lesion. We know radiotherapy, there it is used. The X-ray also have germicidal and bactericidal effect, and it is used in sterilization and preservation of the food. So a lot of uses are there other than imaging, and they are being extensively used. Then they have got somatic mutation, produces poor health in the exposed animal. This experiment we cannot do on human, so there has to be an animal experiment. Otherwise you will ask me why this animal has come in a medical lecture. All the experiments initially are done on animal. Certain experiments are not performed on human. So this is one of it. The somatic mutation, the exposed animal will have poor health, but it will not produce mutation in the subsequent generations. So it will be effect only restricted to him and not for the propagation. His next generation will not have it. The genetic effect does not affect the exposed animal but produces mutation in the subsequent generation. So you got the two, somatic mutation and genetic effects. So these two you should know. Though they have come from the animal experimentation, they can apply for human also. The X-ray can affect silver salts in the emulsion of the film. You know it, developing, fixing, how it was done. Nowadays it is done less, but still you should know. After the chemical process that is developing, the metallic silver is released and the film appears blackened. The degree of blackening depends upon amount of radiation, quality of radiation, then is the characteristic of the film. All these things are different lecture, all are extensively covered. Do visit our website. Then concentration and aging of the developing solution, then length of the developing time and use of the intensifying screen will have effect in all these things. With that we are coming to end of this lecture. I hope I have tried to make this topic simple. Radiophysics as such a bit neglected or sometimes thought as the not useful, but personally I believe you must know that, so that you can make best use of the X-rays to the patient and also to get the best out of imaging. Thank you, goodbye and take care. This is Dr. Joshi logging off till we meet next time. Till then, goodbye, good luck and take care.